Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. I am out and about today. I'm a little bit far from home in Clermont, which is about 35, maybe 40 miles north of me. But I wanted to come up into this area to check out a few locations, a Lowe's and maybe a Walmart, and then also do some thrifting. So let's go inside and see what this Lowe's has. $15.98 for these gingers. Beautiful foliage, beautiful bloom. They've got quite a few out here. The indoor plants. So Hoya Princess. It's $15.98. Let's sit down this way, see what else they got. Some ferns, staghorn ferns, $15.98. These are Costa Farms. These are $15.98. These look like aglaonemas. And the pots are plastic. That's why they're a little bit less than the trending tropical ceramic pot, which is right here. And they have the Chameleon ZZ here. Very cool. Look at that. And these are the regular $19.98, as pretty much all of their trending tropicals are. Right next to it is their other line of Wick and Grow. These are a little bit less. These are $15.98 for the Wick and Grow. You can usually find some really good plants on these. Some Silver Bay, Aglaonema, Golden Pothos. And down here, I've got some urban jungle hanging here. $14.98 for this little hanging basket. Pothos looks like pearls and jade, and pothos, neon pothos. And some more Wick and Grow. These are nice. It's ferns, bird's nest ferns with the ruffled leaves. Here's the Alocasia Polly, $15.98. It's a good size. Oh, and then down here they have a Cebu Blue for the Urban Jungle line, $14.98 for this little 4-inch pot. Comes with a macrame hanging basket, little Cebu Blue. And they have the Philodendron Neon. I think that's $15.98. Let me see. Yeah, $15.98. For that one. It's exotic angel plants. Oh, and they have a Hoya Curtisii. Hoya Curtisii. That's $15.98. Basket's heavy. These have just been watered. This is heavy. And they have some ponytail palms. Really nice fiddly fig. This looks like the Bambino because the leaves are small, but $15.98 for this. Wick and Grow. It's got 3 stalks in there. That's good. Look at these huge aglaonemas. $26.98. Wow. You can definitely separate them. It's got quite a few in there. Xanthosoma. $22.98 for this large one. Wow. That's beautiful. And then up above they have some ferns, hanging ferns, $15.98 for these pots. They have a staghorn fern. That one's got some nice shields on it, $19.98. Neon pothos. All these larger ones are $19.98. This looks like a kangaroo paw. You can tell by the little tendrils that they shoot off there. And then down here they have a larger baskets here, Sansevieria. These are $26.98. These are also Costa Farms. And they tell you on here if it's low light, high light. Here's a different Bacchia, $26.98. And another we can grow golden pothos. Here's the trending tropicals, Raven ZZ. These are 1998. Wow, this is nice. Look at this. Adansonia. This looks like it's the wide leaf form. That's huge. These are 1998. Some of them have longer vines on them than others. Definitely would pick this one. I had to get rid of my Adansonia because it was just infested with mealybugs and I could not get rid of them. Look at this fern that has these beautiful yellow autumn fern. That's gorgeous. 1998 for that. I haven't seen these in a while. These were like the very first ones of the trending tropicals that came out. This Begonia maculata. These are 1998. Glad to see that these are back out. And Scandaptus tubii. Some more Baltic blue. More trending tropicals. We have these here. Perfect Green Home is the company. $14.98 for these hanging baskets of Adansonia. Wow, that's a good deal. It's a better deal than the trending tropicals. I've not heard of this company. But $14.98 for those. That's a good deal. We've got these are nice for like a porch, or at least out here in Florida. $32.98 for these combo pots. Some bromeliads. $14.98 for these bromeliads. A trio star over there. I feel like I'm in a jungle here. Foxtail ferns. Ground orchid. Oh, $12.98. It's nice. Beautiful flowers. Orchids, but that go in the ground. It's gorgeous. $12.98. That's something to think about. And they have some alocasia elephant ears. $24.98. Look at this white bird of paradise. You can find a price. $35.98. It's got two huge plants inside. That's nice. I left mine behind. Wow, look at this combo. Looks like a regal shield, a calathea, and a golden pothos in a blue, it's plastic, in a blue oval-like pot. Let me see if I can find a price on this. $69, but you know what? It's got some gorgeous plants in there. Just for the regal shield alone. That's gorgeous. $69. Some monstera. $16.98. There's the deliciosas. Oh, wow. Those are full. $22.98. And those are big. Looks like there's a couple of plants in each pot, but they are really big. Look at that. Here's the Stramanthes we saw. $22.98 for the larger pot, $10.98. These are so common here. It's incredible the price that they are here. Let's go inside and see what they have. Well, we're going to need to do a voiceover while we're in here because the 80s music is playing and I don't want to get a copyright. But they have these Urban Jungle hanging baskets. Those were $16.98, as is this little Echeverry and this really cute little pot that has a twine around it. They always have a really nice display on this end caps here, and they always have really cute air plant holders. Recently, they've had these little people with glasses on them. I thought these were so cute. $8.98. I thought that wasn't too bad. And they have a really nice hanging basket here of this Philodendron Brazil. That was $19.98. Nice and lush. And then they have the Exotic Angel 4-inch pots. These were $7.98. These are always good starter plants or for a terrarium. These were really cool from Urban Jungle. I really love the marble design on the pots. They were $16.98, and that was a global green that they had there, but they had some Dracaenas also. And inside they also had some more trending tropical lines, more ZZ Ravens and Scindaptus trubii. And here's some more of their original line with these pots, $13.98. And they also had more of the trending tropicals, really a huge selection. And one thing that I noticed is that the Mosaica is now in the Wick and Grow pots, which is $15.98. So you can get the Calathea Mosaica for a lesser price at $15.98 as opposed to the $19.98 for the Trending Tropicals line. So that's something new that I noticed about them. But they have a nice selection of Trubii in the Baltic Blue, some ferns. And this Aglaonema here, I'm not sure what kind it is, but it was like the sun. It was so vibrant, so beautiful. I just couldn't get over how big it was. And at $29.98, I thought that was a pretty good price considering how much you have to pay for a smaller one. And that one was just huge. And they also had a White Bird of Paradise. That was $35.98. But this particular location was really stocked with Costa Farms lines. This is part of their line here also. These are much larger pots. They look like the Wick and Grow pots, but they're much larger. $39.98 for these larger, not ravens, but ZZ plants, the regular ZZ plants, and also some fiddle leaf figs. Nice selection on those. And right across the street from this Lowe's is a Walmart. So you know I had to pop over there and see what they had. And they had music playing here too. They had a real nice selection also of the trending tropicals. They were well stocked with some Baltic Blues and Scindapsus. This Geoplant, I've looked at this several times and I've yet to buy one. So I don't know, friends, have you done well with this plant? If you have one, are they hard to take care of? A really nice Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, $19.98. And I noticed that this allocation dragon scale, Silver Dragon, had a bloom on it. Looks like it had two. I've never seen that. Let me know if you've ever seen one of these allocation Silver Dragons or any allocation like this bloom, but I thought that was really cool. That was the only one there that I saw with that bloom. And they have this listed as Mini Monstera, Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. And they also had the Begona maculata, so that's out in market now. And these are the plants with benefits. They had some aglaonemas, and the plants with benefits is also a Costa Farms line, but they're $15.97. They had a few different plants, some fiddle leaf fig bambinos, $15.97. And they even had some ZZ plants, which is a great deal on those. Some Dieffenbachias, but these poor golden pothos were looking so sad. They were in dire need of water. I felt really bad for them. But they also had some cacti. For $15.97, I thought that these opuntias and mammillarias were really good shape. They were nice and large. This mammillaria here, this mound of it, really nice. This Desert Escape line of theirs is very popular, and they had also 3 cacti and succulents for $10.97 in that pot, and some more of the Desert Escape. Look at those mammillarias there, beautiful. And then they had some single succulents and cacti from their Desert Escape line. These run from $4.97 to $7.98. In $15.97 for the Sago Palm, it's Plants with Benefits line. But they also had some, this was a surprise, a shingle vine and some Birkins in the Plants with Benefits line. I had not seen that before, but they had some more aglaonemas. And they also had this Monstera Peru in that line. So a Monstera Peru for $15.97. That's a good deal. They also had these beautiful orchids, Phalaenopsis orchids. And they were just gorgeous, nice and large. The roots looked really good, and they were $15.97. Now it does say here, add 3 ice cubes, which you shouldn't do. That's not a way to take care of an orchid. I don't have an orchid, and I even know that. But they had a real nice selection of the larger Costa Farms pots. Those were $24.97, I believe, the fiddle leaf fig, and they had some yucca plants and the Monstera deliciosa. And that was $24.84. And some nice large palms. Now out here they had some more trending tropicals. They had the Calathea rosea picta, beautiful vibrant color on those, and then they had the chameleon ZZs, and I noticed right away that all of these were way overwatered. Water was just pooling in them. So what does a good plant parent do? Even if they're in the store, well, I started draining the water out of these. And I think one of the employees saw me doing this, but I didn't care. I was on a mission to try and save these chameleon ZZs. I didn't get to the Calatheas. I think those were overwatered too, but I figured I can at least try with the chameleon ZZs. And then they had the Desert Escape here for $4.97. These single succulent and cacti. Had a nice selection of them. They looked like they were in good shape too. This one had a nice set of pups around it. And then I saw this cacti here. It didn't say what it was, and I don't know what it is. Friends, if you know what this particular cactus is, let me know down in the comments. It was $4.97. I didn't pick it up, but I thought it was really cool. I really liked it. And then they had some larger 6-inch pots at $8.97 here. Their aloes were blooming, which I had picked up an aloe from their Desert Escape line, and I actually noticed today that it was growing a bloom, so I'm excited about that. And $9.96 for these flowering plants here. And these golden pothos at $9.96 I thought was a good deal because they're nice and big and healthy. And some hanging pots for $14.96. I didn't see really any trailing plants on them, so I'm not sure why they're hanging, but it's not a bad price. And they had a nice selection of outdoor plants, some crotons and some hibiscus and hydrangeas, and also some ground orchids. So lots to see there at Walmart and Lowe's, and I bet you probably have guessed which ones I picked up at each location, but let me show you what I did pick up. First, let's do Walmart, because I only picked up one thing there. I did get this orchid, this Phalaenopsis orchid. And because I've been wanting to get one, I have a vintage planter that I purchased a while ago at a thrift store, and I've been wanting to get either a bromeliad or an orchid for that vintage planter. And I found these at Walmart for $15.97. I thought that was a good deal for the size of them, because normally they're $20 or more at the other big box stores. And this one has some buds that have not opened yet, so that's why I picked this one. And I really like the striping also on the flower, and the leaves also looked really good, and so do you can see the roots there. So I am going to take this out and give it some fresh soil and put it in that vintage planter. I'll probably do a video on that, but I really like this one, $15.97. And I had to laugh at the tag that says there, put 3 ice cubes in it to water it. No, don't do that. They need to be, you know, drenched completely, not just 3 little ice cubes put into it. So yeah, that made me laugh when I saw it. But over at Lowe's, I hit the clearance rack at Lowe's. I don't think I showed you that in the footage, but they had some good things there. Let me start with the little one first. I found, and he needs some water, this little guy, this staghorn fern, and it was half price. So let me see, I've got the receipt here. I got it for $7.98. But mainly I got it because I love the pot. This is an urban jungle pot, and I really love the pot, the shape of it, the color of it, everything. But it is in, you know, its own little nursery pot in there. But I'm going to be giving it some water, some fertilized water here soon, and so it'll, you know, spruce up a bit. But for the price, I thought it was really good, you know, because the plant's still good, the plant's still viable, and the pot's just adorable. So I was glad to get it at clearance price. Now I did get some clearance plants there for outside, and I got this hibiscus, really good shape, and the hibiscus was, I don't even have my glasses, $4. And it's in great shape. They had a whole bunch of them. So I am going to put this in another pot and put it out in my front porch, and just wait for it to bloom. It doesn't say what color. Oh, I think it's red. At least the picture is red. Red blooms. Yeah, here we go. So it'll be nice to have that there. For $4, you know, a hibiscus, can't beat that. Now this one I got for $7 is this Gaillardia, I believe it's pronounced. And it was $11.98. And some of the blooms are already out, but but it still has some unopened blooms, and it really just needs some cleaning up. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it in the pot, or actually I was thinking of putting it in the ground in my backyard, because, you know, I think it would look really nice. There's a corner there where I put my little beehive cave, and this is great for pollinators, and if I put this right next to it, I think it will still grow and attract the bees. I already have I already have some lantana back there, so I think this Gaillardia will do really great back there also for $7. It's a huge plant. Now, the last one, you probably guessed which one, but I got another Monstera adansonii, and this is from a company I have not heard before. Haven't seen these before. It's called Perfect Green Home, and this was $14.98 for this huge trailing plant. I looked at each and every one of them and looked them over real good for any bugs or anything, because my last Adansonia I lost to very strong mealybugs that would just not leave it alone and would not die. So I decided to try again with this one. The soil seems okay, so I'm going to leave it alone for a little while and see how it does. I will probably hang it in my dining room. I've got a space there that I can, for a hanging plant. And maybe later on, if I repot it, I may put it in a moss pole, now that I'm making new moss poles, and have it climb up that. So I'm not sure, but for right now, I am going to leave it in hanging in my dining room, and it should do okay. I'm going to give it a good spritz of some neem oil, and I'm really happy. I'm going to try again with it, and then, you know, it adds to my Monstera collection. Monstera adansonii. I think this is the regular form. I don't think this is like the wide form leaf on it. It just seems like a regular one, but it's growing really well. So $14.98, can't beat that. Well, there you have it, friends. Just not a huge haul. Some nice clearance plants and a really nice find on a Monstera plant, and, you know, something that I had not seen in a Lowe's before. So I'll have to keep an eye on that particular nursery and see if they bring out any other plants, and particularly if at that price point. That's really wonderful. Well, thanks so much, friends. I appreciate your going on this field trip with me all the way up to Clermont, which was a little bit of a drive, but I'll definitely be back in that area because it really was a beautiful, beautiful area. And I appreciate your going with me. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video, okay? Have a blessed day, friends. Bye-bye now.